All right, welcome back to Mind and Magic, where we demystify the occult and talk about all things esoteric. Sherry asks, can you make a YouTube video on speaking in tongues? I feel like this is something a lot of people are familiar with, but have very little information about, especially in context to esoteric type stuff. Even the biblical explanation does not make a lot of sense. Well, speaking in tongues is something that I already cover in the Words of Power program. However, it is my oldest program. And so I guess I can sum it up for you real quick. Speaking in tongues is combining force and form. And those of you who are familiar with magic and the occult already will know that combining force and form is essential for manifestation. It is one of the keys of magic. Speaking in tongues allows your subconscious mind to express itself. Because it's essentially baby talk. You're not consciously thinking about it when you're doing it. There's no conscious thought put into that. And if the conscious mind isn't controlling it, then the subconscious mind is. It's always either or. And so when you do this, you're allowing your subconscious to express itself, while simultaneously you're consciously focused on your intention. While you raise energy and you're getting amped up, you start tapping into something quite powerful. The nonsensical words that are coming out of your mouth when you're speaking in tongues is the form given to the subconscious expression. And if you get amped up and you start really getting into it passionately, you're putting an emotional force into it. And that combination is quite potent. And then if you add on to that what I teach in God forms, and you speak in tongues while assuming a God form, well, you're a masterful magician at that point. At least in way of manifestation. Because you're combining force, form, letting the subconscious express itself, and all while assuming a God form. I mean, it's overkill, really. You'll look back and wonder why you ever had problems manifesting anything. Think of it this way. Manifestation must go through all four elements in order to manifest. So you begin with air. That is our intention. That's the idea of what it is that we want to accomplish. What is it that we're trying to manifest? So we set our intention. Then we go to do our ritual. We want to add speaking in tongues. Now in the Bible, they spoke in tongues when the Holy Spirit was upon them. The Holy Spirit is represented by fire. The Holy Spirit isn't their conscious minds, it's the subconscious mind expressing itself. And then we get passionate about it. We start adding emotions to it, gratitude. Emotions equal water. And we add this all together in the ritual itself as it is designed to give our intention its form. We speak in tongues. The words are giving the expression form. Our visualizations is giving it form. Any symbolism that we may be using is giving it form. And form equates to earth. So if you haven't added speaking in tongues yet to your practice, you are really handicapping yourself. And that goes for assuming God forms too. You add both of those together, you're unstoppable. Now, a word of warning about speaking in tongues specifically. And that is never, never do it around other people. And by that I mean normies or muggles, whatever they call them in Harry Potter, people who are not magically inclined. If you want to try it out with your magical group, that's one thing. But if anyone else hears you or sees you, then they are going to think you have lost your mind. And hopefully they do not have the power or authority to have you committed. The Christians will probably think you're demon possessed, and everyone else will think that you are stark raving mad. And trust me when I say that explaining it to them is not going to make it any better. So when you do this, you want to make sure that you are completely out of earshot of any and all eavesdroppers. This may very well be the most important video on magic and the occult that you've ever watched, because I have a feeling that a lot of people's results are really going to take off after this. And as you're getting those results, remember that this is only a small part of what's taught in the Words of Power program. There's much more over at mindandmagic.com. Yes, speaking in tongues has been completely misunderstood, and people fear what they don't understand. But now that you understand it, it can become one of the most powerful tools that you have for manifestation. and it's as easy as speaking without consciously thinking.